Well, it's funny because I mean, obviously, you know, the old Cheeto in the White House is like the obvious example, but like Joe Biden would get away with this kind of shit all the time.
Yeah. I mean, Joe Biden, it's funny because like I feel like a lot of this has been forgotten, but my absolute favorite Joe Biden lie is that he is frequently, and this was really employed in 2020, where he frequently, during the fucking primaries, when you remember they were like, oh, Bernie is winning, like, but we're going to get like, you know, he's going to win on, Biden's got to, you know, the black vote's going to save him, right? And so he was like really going out and trying to pander super hard to people. And part of the reason that he was, part of the pandering that he was doing was he just started making up that he was arrested on his way to visit Nelson Mandela in the 1970s on a congressional visit to South Africa. This is, of course, when Nelson Mandela was imprisoned on Robben Island. Apparently Joe Biden's story there is that I believe he was with the UN, the U.S. delegate to the UN, and they were on a trip to South Africa. I don't know, fact-finding mission or, you know, one of those congressional things. And police did not like the fact that he was going to visit Nelson Mandela sort of in defiance of the apartheid regime, and he was arrested. He has told this a bunch of different times with various embellishments. One of the times he said that Nelson Mandela had actually visited him in Washington and flung his arms around Joe Biden and said, "Thank you for getting arrested for me." Now, there is no kernel of truth. I mean, yes, Joe Biden did go on a congressional visit to South Africa. Everybody else involved in that visit has said that nothing even remotely resembling this story ever happened, that it would be a major provocation for the South African apartheid government to arrest a sitting U.S. congressman. Like, this is just completely bullshit. And in fact, reporters, even because this was too egregious even for a lot of the Biden boosters, they were like, this isn't true. And he would sort of like, you know, I mean, frankly, the man is a corpse. But he would sort of avoid the question, and then he would go back on the campaign trail and repeat himself over and over and over and over again. So Joe Biden has also claimed that his good son, not his loser drug addict son Hunter, but his good son Beau Biden, whose widow Hunter Biden had sex with after his brother died. He claims that his son Beau Biden, Joe Biden claims this, what a tortured sentence, died in Iraq, specifically in the Iraq War.
Yeah, he's claimed that so many times that I vaguely thought that to be true for a long time.
I remember somebody confronting Joe Biden about some war-related thing and says something, and Joe Biden yells back at him, "My son died in Iraq."
My friends are dead. So is my son.
And Joe Biden's son, to be fucking super clear, did not die anywhere near Iraq, nor temporally near the time that he was in Iraq. Joe Biden's son was a fucking lawyer in the Delaware National Guard in Iraq for a year. If Joe Biden's, I mean, I don't know if they have lawyers carrying guns out there.
That's where the name for that annoying liberal blog comes from.
Which one?
Isn't it like lawyers, guns, money?
Oh, baby. Sweetheart. That doesn't come from that. That comes from one of the greatest songs of all time by #1 rock and roller, the Bob Dylan of the 80s. That's right, baby. Warren motherfucking Zevon. We love him. Jackson Brown. We love all these motherfuckers. City Rock. I've read Warren Zevon's giant biography, massive, and it's a great fucking song, Lawyers, Guns, and Money, but it's a song for men of a certain age, 55-year-old men. It is the #1 song. Great. Oh, come join me in LA. Another great Warren Zevon song. Of course, his version of Carmelita, where he says, "Your big Samoan boyfriend is going to beat me up." That's not what he says exactly, but that's what he gets across. Anyways, he served in the Delaware National Guard in fucking Iraq. He did not die there. He died of inoperable brain cancer in 2015 back in America, where I believe he was serving as, I think, assistant U.S. attorney or attorney general in Delaware.
I think that Biden has sort of made the claim that his son got his cancer because of something that he was exposed to in Iraq, but I'm not totally sure. Like, I think he's like kind of walked back and tried to make it that claim. Again, this is all stuff that I've sort of just like taken in from how, like the various reportage.
My
on
question
him.
is, listen, I don't know what Beau Biden's service record in Iraq looks like, but I do know that he was a lawyer in the Delaware National Guard. He wasn't in the fucking burn pits, all right?
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is what did he get? Who did he get cancer from? Too much printer ink? From what? From McDonald's? And how pissed would you be if your good son died of inoperable brain cancer, and then the son that it literally spends every day of the past 20 years ingesting some of the most foul concoctions of synthetic chemicals known to man and is just totally fine. And in fact, frankly, and it pains me to admit this, packs a major dong. It sucks. It sucks, dude. You won't understand. As a guy, it sucks that Hunter Biden has a pretty big penis. It's like, cool. You get everything, man. He also looks really old, though, as we saw in those pictures from Ireland. Anyways, Biden has also claimed, and I will say this, in defense of Biden's lies. Remember Corn Pop?
Yeah.
And
He ended up being real,
when
right?
Corn Pop was real is when I knew that Joe Biden would win the general election. I was like, that Corn Pop is real. He's in. However, Joe Biden is also the picture of Joe Biden sitting in the fucking lifeguard chair with his arms raised up and all those people around him worshiping him like some kind of like C-3PO in Return of the Jedi.
Trito Dogra, Iso Yoto Amuno Noka.
Sorry, I'm getting wake. I'm just I forgot about Joe Biden. Biden has also claimed that he was an 18-wheeler driver. There's a truck driver. But I believe he has driven an 18-wheeler once in his life. And of course, ripping off the Neil Kinnock speech where he talked about his, daddy's day is been down on the coal mines for 18 hours a day.
It's crazy what this motherfucker gets away with.
It is psycho. But
fucking Delaware deregulator, man.
What
Get
we're
outta
saying,
here.